Welcome back to Zoho SalesIQ. This video will tell you all about the basics of the Watson platform in the Zobot. Why should you use the Watson Assistant? Because it's easy to build and anyone can get started easily, and it does not require any coding or developer knowledge to get started. It is powered by the AI, that is natural language processing, that understands your users and provides training recommendations as you build and run your assistant. To get started, log into the IBM Cloud. In the left menu, choose Watson. You will land on the Build with Watson page. Then, click Watson Services. You need a service to get started with building your assistant. If you're a new user, then you can create a service by clicking Browse Service and choose one or more APIs from the catalog and click Add Services. If you have an existing service, then you can click on the existing service and choose the service name under Services option. This is where you can get the API key and the URL. Then click Launch Tool. You will be landing on the home page of the IBM Watson Assistant. We look at how to create a dialog skill. Skills in the Watson Assistant contain the training that an assistant requires to respond to any of your visitors' queries. A dialog skill is a container for the artifacts that define the flow of a conversation that your assistant can have with website visitors. To create a skill, from the home page of the Watson Assistant tool, click Create a Skill. Give your skill a name and a description. If the dialog you plan to build will use a language other than English, then choose the appropriate language from the list, and then click Create. This will take you to the intents page of the tool. Why do you have to create intents? Because these intents are those that train your assistant to recognize queries that come from the customer's side. In the Watson Assistant tool, click Intents tab, and then Create Intent. Give your intent a name, a description, and add user examples to the intent. You can also build your training data by adding pre-built content from IBM. Building a dialog. A dialog defines the flow of your conversation in the form of a logic tree. It matches intents to responses. Each node of the tree has a condition that triggers it. We'll create a simple dialog that handles greeting and ending intents, each with a single node. In the Watson Assistant tool, click the Dialog tab. Click Create Dialog. You see two nodes. Welcome, that contains a greeting displayed to your visitors when they first engage with the assistant. Anything else that contains phrases that are used to reply to users when their input is not recognized. You can edit the existing node or click Add Node and create a new one. You can add a name and how the assistant will recognize the visitor query in the If Assistant Recognizes option. Then, provide a response you would feed for the query in the Then Respond With section. The response may be a text or any of the SalesIQ input and display cards. Click Close to close the edit view. Creating an assistant. An assistant is a cognitive bot to which you add a skill that enables it to interact with your customers in useful ways. An assistant is very essential to comprehend information and complete your tasks faster. These assistants can also clarify requests, they can search for answers from a knowledge base, and connect your customers to humans. Click the Assistants tab and click Create New. Name the assistant, enter a description, and click Create. How to add skills to your assistant. From the new assistant page, click Add Dialog Skill. If you created or were given developer role access to any workspaces that were built with the generally available version of the Watson Assistant service, you will see them listed on the skills page as conversational skills. Choose to add the skill that you created earlier to the assistant, or you can create a new skill. Now that you have an assistant in IBM Watson, you can map the assistant with Zoho SalesIQ Zobot and let it serve your website visitors. To link with the Zobot, click Options icon and click Settings in the right corner of each assistant. The Watson Assistant Settings page appears. Click API Details and copy the assistant ID from the page. Navigate to Zoho SalesIQ, Settings, Zobot, choose your Watson bot, and in the configuration page, provide the host URL and the API key and configure. Then, paste the assistant ID and click Create. Now your Watson assistant is integrated with your Zobot and ready to assist website visitors. We hope that helped. Happy Zobotting!